Well, hello folks, thank you for joining me today again on the Church History Trail. You're very welcome to the programme, and what you're looking at here is the O'Connell Tower, and of course Daniel O'Connell is actually buried underneath this, and I'm going to take you in and let you see his tomb. Of course, there's nearly 800,000 people who have been interred at Glasnevin and on marked mass graves due to the death toll from the Great Famine of the 1840s and a later cholera epidemic. So it's a fantastic place here for history, no doubt about it. But the round tower here in the centre of the graveyard stands over the tomb of Daniel O'Connell, as I say. And he was born on the 6th of August 1775. And he died on the 15th of May, 1847. Now, he was the political leader of Ireland's Roman Catholic majority in the first half of the 19th century. He's known as the Liberator. His mobilisation of Catholic Ireland secured the final instalment of what was known as Catholic emancipation. And the tombs that you see round here, and they're right round the tower, the crypts are actually underneath. So I'll show you them as we're going into the tower here. And of course, Catholic emancipation in 1829 allowed him to take a seat in the United Kingdom Parliament, where he was elected twice. Now at Westminster, O'Connell played a major part in the passage of the Reform Act of 1832 and in the abolition of slavery in 1833. And he advocated a complete severance of the church and state, which made it all the more intolerable to O'Connell the charge that as papists, he and his co-religionists could not be trusted with the defence of constitutional liberties. Now, O'Connell protested that while sincerely Catholic, he did not receive his politics from Rome. And you can see there over the door, O'Connell. So this is amazing. So Tom McLean, Positive Belfast, and also my old friend from the other channel, Ponderings of an Irish Presbyterian. Get yourself down here and get filming. You'll love it. So I want to introduce you to the cook who dished down. The cook who dished down. And that was in the autumn of 1840. It was announced that Daniel O'Connell, who had launched a new movement to secure repeal of the Act of Union, had been invited by the Vindicator, which was a Roman Catholic nationalist newspaper, which was launched in April 1839. And so O'Connell accepted the invitation to come over, and a Presbyterian minister, the Reverend Henry Cook, actually issued a challenge to O'Connell to a debate while he was here. So these, you can see the tombs there, and then this is the crypts, which are underneath the tombs. Fantastic, isn't it? So O'Connell accepted the invitation, as I say, but O'Connell dismissed the challenge of Bully Cook, the Cock of the North, for the debate, insisting that it was, if I can find my notes here, sorry about that, he could not be taken seriously. So Cook therefore was able to accuse O'Connell of evasiveness. So O'Connell left Belfast in a hurry, being escorted by the police to Donaghadee, from whence he sailed to Scotland. So this is the tomb that we're entering into, and you can see here these are actually dog kennels. There's one on each side, and this is two kennels were included in the tower design, one on either side of the entrance, to reflect O'Connell's affection for his Irish wolfhounds. So, of course, he had to flee from Donaghadee to Scotland, and Cook had actually challenged O'Connell with the challenge of look to Belfast and be a repealer if you can. And Henry Cook had fired this challenge, of course, to O'Connell in 1841, when O'Connell had come to Belfast. And so the papers ran with the headlines, "The repealer has been repulsed." Now, O'Connell died on the 15th of May 1847, and he said, "My body I leave to Ireland, my heart to Rome." And this is the actual crypt here. My goodness, this is some place. And I have a gentleman here who I'm going to introduce to you, but first I want to show you the name here, Daniel O'Connell. Hello, sir. How you doing?
How are you?
My name's Mark Porter. Church History Trail YouTube channel. Pleased to meet you. What's your name?
I'm Alton Bourne, and I am the Heritage Officer here in Glasnevin Cemetery.
Very good. So, can you tell us a wee bit about this then?
Yeah, absolutely. So this crypt is for Daniel O'Connell. It isn't his original resting place. Once he died in 1847, he was taken from Genoa in Italy and buried kind of further down into the cemetery in what's now called the Old O'Connell Circle, which is a big circle of vaults and crypts which belong to, you know, quite wealthy families who wanted to be buried next to him.
Yes.
But the cemetery always intended on that to be temporary, I suppose. They wanted a great monument to be built for him. And so, you know, plans were, you know, drawn up for the monument standing above us, the O'Connell Tower, of course, which was completed in 1855. And then once that was completed, it did take some time. It took until 1869 for his remains to be taken from his resting place originally further into the cemetery. He was given a second funeral in many ways and buried right here in this under this sarcophagus.
My goodness, fantastic. Amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
So how long have you been working here yourself?
I've been here 6 years now.
And you're a tour guide, obviously?
Well, I started out working on the front desk, and then because I had the background in history, in 2019 started doing tours of the cemetery. Then I also help people, you know, various different positions started being added on to my role.
Yes.
So I help people with genealogy, I run the social media for the cemetery as well, and I oversee the archives that we have here too.
So if someone wanted to get in touch with you, how would they do, for instance, maybe on YouTube or Instagram or something like that? Have you?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I as I say, I manage the Facebook, the Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, all that sort of thing. If people are interested in doing research or anything like that, the email address is archive@dctrust.ie. So, you know, if they have any questions about the people buried in the cemetery, I can help with that as well. But otherwise, just through social media.
Brilliant.
They can contact me.
Well, thanks very much. I better show them the tomb here and let them have a good look at it then. As I say, it's Daniel O'Connell. Just in case you think I'm telling you any lies, we're actually here. Absolutely fantastic, isn't it? And I see round the walls here, there's sort of the history of his life, really.
That's right.
And we've got him, the emancipator of his Catholic fellow subjects. My body to Ireland, my heart to Rome, born 6th of August 1775. My soul to heaven, the liberator of his country. Called to the Irish bar, emancipation obtained and incarcerated in Richmond. Where's Richmond?
That's here in Dublin, I believe.
So is that where he was incarcerated first then?
Yeah, political agitation.
That's not Kilmainham, sure it's not.
No, not as far as I'm aware, but he was almost treated like a king when he was in Richmond prison, you know. He was, you know, allowed to have big feasts and all of that, so they knew, the authorities, that if they didn't treat him all that well, it would cause uproar among his followers.
Yes.
But it said that, you know, after his time in prison, he never really recovered from that. So that was 1844, and he was kind of in failing health then until he died in 1847.
Yes. So we've also got here Easter term 1798, elected 18th of April 1829, Lord Mayor, and Bridewell 30th of May 1844, and MP for Clare 8th of July 1828, of Dublin 1st of November 1841. So he was a busy man. He certainly was. Liberated 6th of September 1844, died 15th of May 1847, buried in Glasnevin Cemetery, where we are here, 5th of August 1847. So that is amazing. Is it okay if I go through and let them just have a wee look up at the tower, if that's okay?
198 steps.
Oh my goodness, you have some coffins there, so you have?
Yeah. So
dear. Who are these?
So there is relatives. So in here we have 3 sons, 3 daughters, 3 grandchildren, and 1 great-grandchild there at the top, Reverend John O'Connell, who died in 1970.
And they're all his descendants, then?
They're all his direct descendants, yeah. To be placed in this crypt, you need to be a direct,
descendant?
Grandchild, etc.
Yeah.
And there's still 2 spots available in there for any of his direct descendants, who are still around. They visit the cemetery every now and then.
And is that a picture of O'Connell?
O'Connell there? There's O'Connell there in his family tree.
Very good. So
not all of them, but of those who were buried here, kind of.
If you want to read that, folks, just pause the video and zoom in, and you can work your way through that. So that's fantastic. So I'll take them in here and let them see the tower here. Now you can get tours here, and you can go up this tower. I won't be going up it, of course, because my dodgy knees wouldn't allow me. But you can see up there. So you can. So fantastic. So guys, there's GV as well. Give us a big thumbs up, guys. Thanks for watching, and God bless.